on Facebook here. Hi, friends. This is Marina Shepelsky. I'm going to do my weekly live now with you guys. Coming to you live from New York, and we're doing this to talk about immigration news and immigration politics in the U.S. and answering your questions about U.S. immigration laws, your situation, without getting too personal. Of course, I don't provide legal advice in the show, but we can discuss your questions and strategies. And if you do want a more personalized consultation, my information, if you're watching me on YouTube or Facebook, is on the bottom of the screen. And on Instagram, you can just click my profile. It's all there, I promise. Good morning from my friend Bella. Please send me your hello and tell me where you're watching me from by posting it in the comments. I'm going to go into my comments here on Instagram. Shahzad Bashir says, hello, how are you, ma'am? And Luxy Lady says that she's planning to join law school or law college in the U.S., which is the best. Of course, Yale, Harvard, Yale and Harvard, NYU. I went to Fordham, which is also one of the best. Boston University, Notre Dame. Just for people that went to those schools, those are the top schools in the U.S. If you can't get in, it's fine. Any other law school is just as good, and it's very easy to get a job as a lawyer in the U.S. if you're smart and they look at your grades. If you're on top of your class, then you can get a job. I have to fix these flowers. They're bothering me so much. Oh my God, they keep slipping through, and I can't look at them on the screen. Okay, now they're fixed. Thank God. Home decoration. All right, good morning. Again, please drop in the comments where you're watching me from. I don't know why I can't get my phone centered today. Good morning, madam from Kwaku. Name, watching from Kentucky. Hello, hello. Angel says good morning. And Ahmed says I'm applying for my work permit, but I didn't get my receipt. Give them a couple of months. If it's been 2 months or more and you still don't have your receipt, and Ahmed is from Minnesota, so 2-3 months and you still don't have your receipt, you might have to refile. Once in a while, they will lose your case, but it's not necessarily so. It might just be that it needs more time. All right. All right. Let's talk about the news, and I'm going to give some time for you guys to join. So, just to let you know, if you're currently filing for a work permit and you are intending asylum or like VAWA status, you will get a 5-year work permit. So, even if before you got it for 1 or 2 years, currently you will get a 5-year validity work permit if you're waiting for asylum or VAWA. So USCIS announced employment authorization procedures for Palestinians covered by deferred and forced departure. If you're from Palestine, you will get the expedited work permit as a humanitarian gesture. Secretary Mayorkas has announced extension and redesignation or extension basically of Ethiopia for TPS. If you're from Ethiopia, you will be eligible for TPS if you qualify under the date. And this is extended through 2025 December, the end of 2025. Also, they adapted a special Department of Labor definition of science or art for work green cards. This is only for people who have work green cards. And they are now extending when you file for work permit, you will automatically get 540-day extension of your old work permit, and you will receive a letter saying that. because they're taking so long to process these work permits. Because of that, now when you file for the work permit or employment authorization, EAD, you will receive a letter that your old work permit is automatically extended by 540 days. Also, they no longer will require you to update your medical exam for your green card. So if you get a medical exam and you submit it now with your green card application, it's valid forever. You won't have to get an updated one. It won't expire anymore. So this is really good news for anybody filing for a green card. Actually, it's always good news if you're filing for a green card, but especially so if you're worried about having to update it because it's a year old, or it might take them 2 or 3 years to make a decision on your green card. But the medical no longer has a expiration date. There's no more expiration date for the medical. This is good news. Um, let's see, what else is new in the world of immigration? Um, I want to talk about this consultation I had yesterday for two brothers from Turkey. So the one brother came to US recently in October of 2023, and they are of a certain group, and the other brother has been here for more than 6 years and filed for asylum and waiting for 6 years, but he came with a visa. So the other brother just came recently in October, and they're in court. Is in court in California, and because they didn't have a lawyer to this day, the court proceedings are in California, even though they live in New York. And they said that, look, they've been putting it off, haven't made it a priority to hire a lawyer for his deportation case. And now there's been over 2 times that the judge carried over, adjourned his hearing. They wanted to know what to do. And I explained that in that case, they have to hire us, and then we could do a special motion, change venue, to change the case from California, move it to New York, file for asylum so he could finally get the work permit, the employment authorization, and file a story with his case so that he can get a court date and have the chance to win asylum. In reality, they actually have a really good case for asylum. But because they haven't bothered to get a lawyer, they've had other issues, other problems, they just kept pushing it off for no reason. And now it's going to take even longer to get the new brother legalized. And the one who was here for 6 years said that he wants to fix up his own deportation case, that he filed for asylum and had all kinds of mistakes on it because he didn't have a lawyer. So I'm telling you that even now under Biden, and with these like open borders, they're allowing people in, but you need a lawyer to fix up your case, to file for asylum, to file for work permit. And I'm not just saying this because I'm advertising my services. Of course, I'm advertising my services. You guys know that, but uh, the point is, it's become more important than ever when you cross the border and you don't have parole, like this guy doesn't have parole, you have a court hearing, you want to work authorization, you want to have legal status, you need a lawyer. And some people don't think it's an emergency, they're saving for a wedding, they're saving for something else, for their kids. I understand, but your immigration case is the most important thing that you have. If you get arrested for a crime, you hire a criminal defense lawyer. If you have a deportation case, you must hire an immigration lawyer. It's a necessity. It's just as important as a family wedding or whatever, because you don't have the guarantee of staying here. If you don't get a lawyer, if you don't do things right, even if you have a good case, you're going to ruin it and you will get deported. And I think it's a mistake that a lot of people are like waiting until the last minute, not saving up for a lawyer. Like I understand the economy is bad, the money is tight right now, But when you have a case in front of a judge already, and he had already had 2 hearings, that was a waste of time. Please get an attorney. All right, please drop in the comments where you're watching me from. I'm gonna give some shout outs to people. Obama San Luis Navarro says hi, hello, ma'am, hello, hello. Ramadan says I look very beautiful today. Thank you so much. Bama Sami Srini Rasrao wants to know how to get a job in New York City. You gotta come here and look for a job. You need to have some legal status that will give you work permit. Many people are filing for asylum because of what's happening in the world. Turkey, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. There's so much happening. You can file for asylum, get a work permit, and get a job in New York City. Mula page says they're watching me from Nigeria. New link to Nathan says hello from Nepal. Very nice. Thank you so much. Okay, I talked about Kentucky already. And um, people are putting their questions in here. All right, you know what? I feel like we've talked about the news sufficiently. Let's get into your questions. I know that you guys really want me to answer questions. That's what I'm here for. I love to help. So let's do it. Um, okay, we got this taken care of. Minnesota and Kentucky, hello. Mario Mendoza says, hi, I have a question. I have my BABA approved since July 2022. It's been almost 2 years now. How long more should I wait for the I-485? Not clear, because there's no like time limit how long it takes the Vermont Service Center that handles VAWA cases to send your actual physical file to your local office, and then your local office puts you in queue, like a line, a waiting line, to be it's adjudicated, like where a decision is made on your case. It might be 2 more months. If it takes too long more, we can certainly help you by filing a federal lawsuit against them called writ of mandamus. Give us a call, we'll be happy to help with that. Anisa says, good morning, watching from LA, Los Angeles, California. Hi, and thank you so much for watching, Anisa. Guapo says, I have a question, madam. I filed the federal lawsuit, writ of mandamus, and it worked. So what I'm saying is so true, guys. Here's Guapo. It worked, and I had an interview a month ago. My I-130 petition was approved, and I still haven't heard anything from my I-45. What should I do? Do I have advice? I would just wait. It's only been 30 days, 1 month. I would give it another month or two. Sometimes the I-35 takes longer because they do background checks. So they're checking FBI, criminal arrest if you have any, background checks like terrorism and stuff. That takes a while sometimes. I would just give it more time, okay? Lucky says it's been 3 years since I filed my VAWA. I haven't heard anything from USCIS yet. What should I do now? VAWA cases, this is VAWA is when you file for abuse, whether you are married to an abuser, you're a citizen, or a kid over 21, your child abused you, or a parent sometimes. So abusive cases take about 3 years in the VAWA category. It's sometimes a little bit more. The only thing you should do, Lucky Corporation, right now is to just wait a little longer. I know it's super hard. It's frustrating. I get it, but there's really not much you can do. Good morning from Oklahoma. Hello, hello. Joyce and Doka. Hello. Hi, Oklahoma. How are you? Nirvana wants to know, as an atheist from a Muslim country, do I have a good chance of, I assume you're asking me about asylum. Yeah, if you could show that you don't want to follow other religious uh, rituals and all the things that make you do, you have a good case, and you have to show either past persecution, like you were abused before in your country, or future, like if you go back and you start to show that you don't believe in God and this religious crap, from your perspective, that you will be abused. Anissa says, when I came back to US with my emergency advance parole last month, the Border Patrol customs officer stamped my emergency parole paper to say it's valid until March of 2025. Does it mean I can travel again in 5 to 6 months until 2025? I mean, it looks like it. Yeah, I don't think that your advance parole says emergency on it. It's just a regular advance parole, and if it says on it that it's valid until 2025 and it's tempted or not. Michael Peta says, I have a pending T visa case. Does it mean unprotected status right now? Not yet, but when you're approved, you will be. Look, in other words, if you get arrested or placed in removal proceedings, they're not going to deport you. You're waiting for your T visa. But when you're approved, you will definitely be in the protected status. Oh, and Anissa is qualifying or clarifying that the original advance parole document was only produced 2 days ago. Can I travel with the produced travel document again, even if I was home, back home with emergency? Yeah, but you can use your new one. Sure. Andrew Lopez says, my hubby forced me to work in his store and not really pay me as a promise and not ready to apply for my permit as promised. I had a student visa before, but not in status. Did I apply for Shalom? Oh, can I apply for T visa? If you're married and they are a U.S. citizen, you can apply for VAWA. If they're not a U.S. citizen, or I mean, a citizen or a green card holder, okay, this is the account with Andrew or Andrew. So if you are married to a U.S. citizen or green card holder, you can even file for a green card. That's through VAWA. If they're not a holder of U.S. citizenship or green card, you can apply for a T visa, or you could do both. You can apply for T and VAWA. If you'd like, give us a call. My number is on the bottom, 718-769-6352, and I'll be happy to help you file for either T visa or VAWA or both. We'll see what you qualify. Vanessa says, hello from Ohio. Hello, hello. I'm currently waiting for my advance parole approval. How much longer until I get approved? It's in the National Benefit Center. Hard to say. Sometimes from the date of filing, it takes like a year. All right. This is Vanessa from Ohio. Angel CJ says USCIS sent me papers for approved immigrant visa petition. And now we need to interview in my country, but I'm here in the US for 15 years. What is the best to do? Is it okay to do it here in the US? It depends what petition, if the visa is available, and you might need a waiver. Okay, give us a call. We can discuss whether you are eligible for a waiver. All right, from Instagram. Khan Squash says, hello, I'm from Pakistan. Thank you for watching. I have a green card and travel document granted. And can I travel to Afghanistan? I'm from Pakistan. Yes, if you have a green card and a travel document, even, you can definitely travel to Afghanistan. If you have asylum, it's from Pakistan. So if you are from Pakistan and you're going to Afghanistan, you should be in good shape. And Pulido08. My husband has been waiting for 2 years for his asylum interview. How much more time he waited here in San Francisco, California? Don't know. Hard to say. It could be another 5 years. But I don't have, any kind of real number for you. I don't know. And again, if you have asylum from Pakistan and you get a green card, you can travel to Afghanistan because it's not your home country. So yeah, you can go there. All right, more questions here on YouTube. Bernie Badillo says, hi, Bernie here from Colorado, and he loves or she loves my channel. Thank you so much. I love you for watching. Thank you. Bernie says, my combo work permit and advance parole. So a lot of times when you file for advance parole and your work permit, you get just one combination card, people call it a combo card, that allows you to work and travel with advance parole. And that's expired in November of this year. When can I process for its renewal? 6 months before you can file. So in May, end of May, you can file for renewal. Lucky says they filed I-485 together concurrently with VAWA. Will my green card come along with VAWA, or do I need to wait 1 more year? You will have to wait 1 more year for the green card. Anissa says, thank you for your advice, my dear lawyer. My work permit is taking more than a year since I sent the form for it, I-765. But USA is not sending me anything except for notice. How long should I wait? I would wait another month or two. Okay? You've been waiting a whole year. I would give it another 2 months. Thank you from Bernie Badia. Anissa wants to know, does VAWA cases get the work permit for 5 years as well as asylum cases? Yes, absolutely. If you have approved VAWA or even pending green card that you filed through VAWA, you will get the 5-year work permit. Absolutely. Maya Jonas said, I had my biometric appointment today. What is the next step? My husband filed an I-130 petition for me in March. The next step will be a decision or an interview if your lawyer filed the I-485. Okay? If only just the I-130 was filed, then it will just be approved or denied. Hopefully approved. But if it was filed the I-130 together or concurrently with the I-485, there might be an interview or there might be just a decision in the mail, believe it or not. All right. So let's talk a little bit about people who've been in America for over 10 years and have little kids born here. And this is only for people whose kids are like under 15, 16 years old. If your kids are US citizens because they were born here, you can get a green card even now through cancellation or removal. I know Biden has offered just legalize anybody who's in US over 10 years with kids, but even his suggestion of an amnesty, which is just a suggestion right now, that only contemplates like 4,000 visas per year, which is nothing compared to the millions of illegal, undocumented people who are already here. So I offer you this option of filing for cancellation of removal. Cancellation of removal is when you were here over 10 years, you have kids born here, or spouse, or even parents who are green card holders or born here, and they would experience hardship, usually medical or some special program they're in, if they had to follow you to your home country. So if this sounds like you, give us a call. We're taking these cases from all over the United States, and we want you to win. Anissa says, thank you so much, dear Marina. Thank you. Thank you. Yasser Ibrahim says, hi, Marina, what evidence is needed for parental abuse for when it's a USC child and citizenship after green card for 3 or 5 years? Okay. Yasser, you're asking me about VAWA, when your child is a citizen of the United States and they abuse you. The evidence is usually witness letters, people from the family or friends or neighbors or anybody you work with will say they witnessed that your child was being bad to you, fresh, called your names, maybe never listened to you. And we would definitely insist that you go see a psychologist and get an evaluation from a psychologist or a psychiatrist. We have sources, if you want, we have resources. We send people to different specialists, and then you go and you get a medical letter saying that your story is confirmed. This is true what happened. We do very well with these cases. We win almost every case. Through VAWA, through kids. So give us a call. We can certainly help you. And it is a 5-year wait for a green card. 5 years. I'm sorry, not for a green card, for your citizenship. So the case VAWA takes 3 to 4 years. And after that, it's another 5 years for citizenship, for naturalization, just to be clear. Okay. Maya Jones says, our lawyer filed 5 forms for me and 3 for my house. Okay, so yes, Maya, it sounds like your lawyer did file the I-485. You did your biometric. The next step is to get your work authorization. It's going to come by mail. And then you'll have your interview or decision. But your lawyer should have discussed this with you. And it's sad that they didn't. And by the way, we get so many people who come to me and they tell me that you guys are the first people who explain to me what is happening in my case, what I expect to happen, what's the next step, why we're waiting so long, showed me everything, and like, has treated me as a partner in this. Some people are saying that they've had other lawyers who wrote their whole asylum story for them. We don't do that. We work with you so that when you have to go in front of a judge, you don't look like a liar because you didn't write your own story. But this is important. If you want that type of service, give us a call today. And Maya says, thank you, Miss, from Instagram. Um, all right. All right. Let's see. What else did I want to mention today? The visa bulletin came out for May already. So let's look at it. Current visa bulletin is for April, but May 2024 had come out already. So let's look at it, and I'm going to tell you what the waiting times are for the various family categories. So if you're in the US and you want to file for a green card because you're in the category of F1, unmarried sons and daughters of US citizens, you have to be in status in the US to file for this. They're looking at people who filed their family petition in September 2017, but if you're not in the US, they're still in like July of 2015. And the really upsetting part is that children and spouses of green card holders we're now looking at cases that were filed. This is for if you were inside US for adjustment of status, you had to have filed on September 1, 2023 to be able to get the green card in process right now. If you're not in US, if you're in another country and waiting for your turn to file when your family petition green card holder spouse or kids was filed. It has to be 2021 June. Really long wait. Over 3 years if you are a spouse or kid of a green card holder. And employment is even worse. The second category is, again, if you're in the home country, they're in January 2023 for the second national interest waiver, EB2 or EB2 labor certification category. And the third, the perm cases, they're all the way in November 2022, super delayed. Okay, so everything is a really long wait right now. All right, I have some more questions from Odion Beatty. Says, good morning, Marina. It's me again. Hello, Adian. Please, do you know how long I have to wait to get my U visa approved? After my EAD was approved last year, I already waited 5 years to get the work permit EAD. I applied in September 2018. So almost 6 years. It should be soon. It should be soon. I don't know how long more, but it should be soon. Joyce Adoka says the cancellation of removal case. Where should my aunt start the process? She's already been here 9 years. It will be 10 years by December. I would start like soon. I would definitely start soon. It's December is what is this? 12 months worth. 8 months away. I would like do this in September in the fall. She can start. Also, can she start it in Texas where she lives? You can start in Texas, but if you really seriously want to win, I don't know, you might want to move somewhere from Texas. Your chance of winning in Texas is super low. Okay, but she can begin in Texas, like she could file for asylum in Texas, but then I definitely urge her to move to San Francisco or New York or Chicago or Boston, where the chances are real and she actually can win in court. Okay. All right, guys. Let's see what else I have coming in. Otherwise, I'm planning to wrapping up soon, unless there's other questions. I'm just taking another couple of minutes to see if you have a couple of questions. Um, we are all waiting to see what happens with the election for the next president, of course. I definitely hope that Trump does not get elected. As an American citizen who lived here for 34 years, I really don't like Biden either. But for immigrants, I think Biden would be a much better option. And to secure my people, I would do. Both terrible choices we have this year to vote for. I still don't know who I'm going to vote for. It's really terrible. I don't want to vote for Trump, but Biden, you know, is not okay. I don't know if it's such a good idea to have a president who's not like mentally all there. Really old men, both of them, super old. I wish somebody younger was applying. All right, I got some more questions coming in from Instagram. Da Vinci 2563 says, I filed for renewal of my work permit, I-765, and I have my green card application, I-485 pending. I don't have any notification from USCIS that they got my form for the renewal. What about the new rule of 540 days? You should get a receipt notice. If you haven't, you can call them. You have an alien number and ask them to track your renewal application for the work permit. They will give you a receipt notice for the 540 days. If they do the case, I have to track, okay? I will call them. I will call the number. Shahzad Bashir 94 says, how can I apply for work permit visa from Pakistan? You need to find a job. You need to find a sponsor. J.A. Carlo 2 says, hi, can I use my pending VAWA case to close out my removal proceeding? You can see if you can try, put it this way. I've had cases that we were able to close the removal proceedings with just pending VAWA, but if it's already like so old that you have a deportation order, I would wait for VAWA to be approved before filing the motion. If it's in the works, I think they would be willing to close it for you if it's still open. But since you said old, I assume you already have a removal order, like you have a deportation. To to vacate or throw out a deportation, you would wait for the VAWA to actually be fully approved and not just pending. I would just give it more time. All right, with that question, I end my show. I will see you next week. Let me know if you liked it. If you have more questions, post them in the comments below. I will see you next Wednesday, 11 o'clock, same time. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Take care. Have a great week.